Shalom, shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to all the brothers pushing this work in sincerity and truth. This is Brother Tamayan from GMS Toronto coming at you with another video, right? This is an article that I heard someone mentioning on one of those shows, right, that I usually watch on YouTube via the Star Report, right? One of the a Nigerian brother called in mentioning that Nigeria just banned, the first country to ban foreign models. It's not just white models, but just to make it more controversial, let's just say white models in advertisement, right? Esau Edom is finished, right? People are going back to their own people, right? And the facade, not the facade. That's not the word I'm looking for. The smoke and mirrors and that wall that he had over people's eyes are, is getting pulled away through the Lord, the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? The once standard of beauty is slowly going back to the royal complexion, right? And they know what the royal complexion is, because at one point the Lord had put a hedge around Esau Edom, where nothing that he can do, nothing that he did was wrong, right? In everyone's eyes, right? When people, even Moab, when they're doing their commercials, they'll use Edomites, right, to make it more appealing to the West. They'll downplay Jake and put Edom on top, right? But the Lord has put the Spirit on people across the world to really see what this man is, and he's being exposed, because people are going back to their own people, right? Uplift their own standard of beauty and X'd out Esau, right? Let's get into this article. Nigeria's advertising regulator has announced a ban on using foreign talent on television advertisements, which is a beautiful thing, because even in our country, in say South America, where our tribes are, right? I was actually talking about this a couple of days ago with a friend of mine, right? Where I was telling her that when you go to those countries in South America or even the Caribbean, right, what you see on TV are the lighter skinned people. When you go to Brazil, everyone that you see on the television screen are Edomite looking people, right? I mean, we have brothers and sisters that looks like Edomite, but you know where I'm going with this. The darker skinned people are usually not advertised on TV, right? And Brazil is one of those countries that they brought in the Edomite from Portugal and Germany and Europe to mix with the native and Judah and Benjamin that's down there, right? To lighten the complexion, so to speak, right? So Nigeria and the whole world, this is going to be a beautiful thing, because the influence of the West is slowly getting weeded out, right? When Nigeria is so big on education that when their kids are studying, they send their kids over here, right? They send their kids to the West to study, and they downplay their own. So now that hedge is being lifted off of Edom, and they're not being uplifted like they once was, which is a beautiful thing. The first of its kind move means that the foreign models and voice-over artists will be completely banned, right? The measure will take effect from October 2022, and is expected to boost work available for homegrown talent, right? Keep the money in the family, so to speak, right? Up until now, the Nigerian advertising sector used a large proportion of white British models and voiceover artists. Right, all advertising, and marketing communication materials targeted or exposed on the Nigerian advertising space are to use only Nigerian models and voice over artists. The Advertising Regulator Council of Nigeria, the Arcon, stated the order takes effect from October 1st, and the Nigerian government has given a leeway for all ongoing campaigns to keep running until the end of their term. So they're gonna put an end to all of this foreign people, foreign I'll say aliens, right, from coming into the country and making money um, off of their own people, right? And it's not just the money that you're making. Like I mentioned before, this is literally when you bring these other people in your country and you put them in front of your children. Guess what? Your children want to be like them. Your children hate themselves. Your children hate hate their own people, right? And they uplift the other people outside that look like the Edomite, right? Look at what it did with iconoclasm. That's literally a version of iconoclasm, right? And I'm happy that this is happening because at least you know children, the new generation that's coming up, you know the visual is very important, right? um Once you see TV's a like let me say it like this: the television is a very big influence on children and the psyche, right? So once you see, if you see your own on TV all the time, you're gonna love your own, right? If you see other people on TV like the Edomite and you know that they're ruling the world, right? um your children are gonna gravitate towards them and uplift them and put their own people down, right? Like foreign cars. No one, none of these Nigerians. If you go to Nigeria right now, all they talk about is foreign cars, foreign this, the Gucci and all that stuff, right? And let's say someone from Nigeria would have put out a car, like I think years ago, Ghana made a car, and they looked down on the car, right? Even at my workplace, when I brought this up, these Edomites laughed at me, man, and talk about the Flintstone car and all that shit. So this is a beautiful thing, right? This was going to happen, okay? Uh, I think Isaiah 13, when it says, everyone gonna go back into their own land. Where is it? What it says? Salakia. All right. Isaiah 13 and 14, and it shall come, and it shall be as a chase row, right? That's Esau, Edom, right? Because all of this is going to catch him off guard, right? And it's not even the old generation, it's the new generation, because they don't really know what's going on. They're just going with the flow, right? They're living willy-nilly, man. Some of them, yes, have that spirit on them, but for the most part, a lot of them are just living willy-nilly because their elites have sold them out and has put them on the same level with everyone else that's coming into their countries, right? So most of them just know, like, oh, everyone is equal and all that shit, right? But that's not how it is. You're ruling, you should take up that mantle, man. But Esau, Edom, man, it's just the elites that have that ruling class mentality, and some of these rednecks, right? And as a sheep that no man taketh up, right? They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. And that's literally happening right now, right? Let me get the men of thy confederacy. think this is Isaiah also. Isaiah 14. Confederacy. Oh, it's Obadiah. There's one in Isaiah also. It says here, Obadiah 7, right? 1 and 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Right? So Esau, you're literally gonna be a chase, bro. The men that were at peace with you, that were doing business with you, that had your image on their TV, because that's all it is, right? When you see other people's faces on your commercial, those are images. And that does a lot to the psyche, man. Right? The mind. Right? That does a lot to the mind. So it says in the men that were at peace with thee, all the Nigerians at one point, they worship the so-called white man. Right? All of the Ghanaians, they worship you. All the Caribbean people, my people, the Benjamites, they worship you. Moab worship you. Moab doesn't even like the sun. Moab stays in the stay out of the sun. Even if he's in the sun, he's walking with a damn umbrella. Damn Moabite women, you're gonna be in my fields, man. Gonna get your complexion back. You go to Elam. Elam is bleaching their skin, right? And all that jazz, right? Psalm 83, right? All of these people are gonna like pretty much turn their back on you, man, right? But this is a beautiful thing. I just decided to bring it out because for years now the Edomite has been put up on a pedestal. Now he's being literally taken off of it. So it's a beautiful thing. It shows that the times are changing, right? And the mantle is being handed over to the Israelites. So shalom.